Family, it's your host with the most, Finding Nemo, aka you know I need more ammo. Means to take a shot from Big Shot Ammunitions is in the building. And today we are going through a video review of the All-Star JR situation from a few other people's perspective. You know, we definitely listen to Poetic Flacco, but wanted to hear a couple of other people that's from the West Coast as well and try to get some other people's perspective. Now, me, I'm a CPL instructor out of the state of Michigan, the same state that All Star JR is from. So shout out to bro. Also, I'm glad that he was able to defend himself from a 1 versus 20 situation, and he was able to survive it. He was able to defend himself with a firearm that was presented to him in the midst of the scuffle, and also he didn't overdo it. You know, that was one of the main things that I thought was one of the most prudent courses of actions, that he just defended himself. Once the threat ended, that's when he stopped. He didn't overdo it. But from this point, it looks like there's some other people that have some different perspectives about the situation. And granted, this is when it first happened. This is early on. So I wanted to get their perspective before they got more information to see what they thought. And yeah, let's see what perspective they gave.
They just throw it all away.
Oh, and let the homies get shot.
For sure.
That's crazy.
Won't give a. We'll put a homie in a crazy twist and still with the.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. See, somebody in the chat said, you hit mines, you gotta go. Hell no. Listen. This goes for baby mamas, even my. If you can hit my baby mama.
Flacco runs Houston.
If you can hit my, you can hit my baby mama. You a better man than me. Go ahead. Like, that's cool.
Scrooston, handle that.
I'm to the next. That's how you get cracking. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure,
That's right. You're a real nigga, bro. No, you're not a real nigga. You're a rare nigga, bro.
I like that when they said that. The rare nigga.
Shout out G Weeder.
Shout out to G Weed. That
Shout
was
out G
dope.
Weeder,
That was
man.
dope.
People that know
Yeah.
about that.
You know how? Listen. Do you know how disappointed Punter being me if he was like, yeah, AD crashed out and threw it all the way over a bitch.
Yeah.
Nigga be like, what?
Yeah.
Like never.
So that was the perspective.
Never. Now, somebody disrespects your queen, you feel me, and you gotta hold her down, that's a whole different situation. But if somebody take your bitch, your baby mama, anything like that, and you that sad and tender dick over that motherfucker, you's a bitch on everything.
Whoa.
Lame ass nigga, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can take the bitch. She wasn't yours to begin with, man. Fuck the bitch.
It ain't your bitch anyway. It's just your turn, man.
There's more fishes in the ocean.
There's way more fishes in the ocean.
There's way more fishes in the ocean.
You feel?
All right, so let's pause it real quick. And shout out to the D1 Sportswear hat. If you want to grab one of these, you can go to d1sportswearapparel.com. But as far as with this, just giving a specific response to his sentiment. If he is going by just somebody crashing out, let's say if it's one click against another click, and then a third party click ends up getting caught in a crossfire of a situation that had absolutely nothing to do with them just because of one person being tender or whatever the case may be, I could understand him saying, yeah, that's some bitch ass shit. With All-Star JR's situation, that's not what happened. So I'm giving him grace to say that this isn't him calling All-Star JR a bitch, but it sounds like he would, like, initially was calling him a bitch. Like, you's a bitch. Like, damn, bro, you calling dogs a bitch just because you didn't know the full context. Now, here's the thing, too. AD gets on Poetic Flacco about this exact sentiment, about him speaking on stuff that he knows nothing about, like when he speaks on LA gang politics, when he speaks on recently saw the Draco the Ruler murder video that Flacco did, and I saw AD's reaction. He did not like it. He did not appreciate it and stuff like that. He thought it was something, he was against it for the most part. Does he still mess with Flacco? Of course, but he was pretty much against it. He said that he shouldn't be speaking on gang politics, speaking on stuff that's the West Coast. And I remember Pun saying that as well. He was saying Poetic Flacco should not be speaking on the West Coast, and he should not be, LA gang politics, especially if you're not a gangbanger, you're not even from here. And then they started to criticize. I know another dude that's from Cleveland, I think he did a reaction to Poetic Flacco stuff as well. So two of these individuals made some sentiments known, well, made their displeasures known about them not wanting to hear from other people's perspective that didn't have anything to do with LA gang culture. If they don't know about it, if they're not here or anything like that, right? So that's why they were kind of chastising dude from Cleveland. Like, how's a dude from Cleveland trying to tell us about what's going on here? It's that same situation with AD saying you calling somebody or saying use a bitch to All Star JR or whatever, or just the sentiment or the position of what would be All Star JR in that situation, in which it would be that if he was the person that was antagonizing, or let's say if he was the person that ended up meeting up with Jay Prince because he was mad about his baby mama, whatever the case may be, and then third party dude get shot, that's what he would be trying to call dude a bitch about. But All Star JR ain't no bitch. And that wasn't the situation. So it's kind of weird that you're saying Poetic Flacco should be speaking on LA gang stuff, but you are speaking misinformation about All Star JR and Detroit stuff and Michigan stuff. Like, we from Michigan, so I mean, you speaking on Michigan stuff, you speaking on our stuff, and that's cool. We ain't got no problem with it. But at the same time, you can't lambast the next person by saying, "Hey, dude from Cleveland, you shouldn't be speaking on what's the name. Flacco shouldn't be speaking on what's the name." It's all fair game. But in the same breath, I think you should come out and make at least some clarification to say you weren't calling him a bitch or anything like that, because that can be definitely misconstrued in that way. And also, before we continue into the video, yeah, man, you got that one wrong. You got that one wrong. What Pun was saying beforehand about the son situation seems more consistent from what has been continuously reported upon. Is that there was an issue between him disciplining his son. His son said something to the father. He didn't say nothing. He said something to the father. The father checks the dude, and then that's when the dude, Jay Prince Jr., says, "All right, well, it's up whenever we see each other." So All Star JR goes into a location, and within less than 10 seconds of being in that location, he gets bum rushed by Jay Prince and people who said that they had got the low on him. So if he got the location on, he pulls up, and All Star JR gets jumped by 20 plus people, and he grabs a firearm that's from one of the individuals. He ends up shooting them, because once you have more than 2 people on you, that is considered a deadly weapon, and they aren't stopping. So while they aren't stopping, he shoots the ones that's closest in proximity. They drop. He does not overdo it. They said everybody beat their feet. He did not run anybody down, did not chase anybody down. That is what you're supposed to do as far as a legal, law-abiding citizen. You are supposed to, if you are in a deadly situation like that, you are supposed to shoot to end the threat. Not shoot to kill, not shoot to, do like, not send a message or anything like that. You're supposed to end the threat. He ended the threat, he stopped. But 20 versus 1, and you saying, and I think that bro has the understanding that he thinks that All Star JR and them had a bunch of people. Like, he had, let's say, like a whole entourage with him, and it was just entourage versus entourage. Nah, my boy, but let's continue.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, that shit is crazy.
And if your money flowing, they hoeing. You best to believe it.
For sure.
If you got a bag, they fucking.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. And don't ever be one of them niggas like she wouldn't. Yes, she would, brother.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Some guys, they just put too much trust in a bitch. They be like,
what does that mean, though?
"Oh, my bitch wouldn't do this."
Wouldn't do what?
Anything. My bitch wouldn't. They would say, "Oh, this celebrity come through, my bitch wouldn't go," and they really believe that. Like, my bitch wouldn't go, or this wouldn't whoop. And,
well, I mean, you also got to look at the settings that your spouse be in. Is your girl? Is she the one that got to be out with her home girls that like to take girls trips, that like to hang in clubs without you consistently?
I don't know all the other stuff that they kind of getting into, but because now it's starting to go into a different tangent about like more of the baby mama situation and everything like that. I don't really care for that. I would just want to know their sentiments about, the initial part of it. Probably should see if there is anything about if they did any follow-ups. Well, let's check. Let's check. I don't think that's a bad idea to check. All right, so that's the. All right, so there's the J Prince one. Has there been any updates? Nah. Hold up. Here we go.
What's the good word, man? What happened this weekend? What transpired,
I ain't
bro?
gonna lie, it's a lot of shit, man.
What transpired this weekend, man?
So I mean, they're saying that I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm hearing he's on life support. Is a NBA Ben 10. Yeah, NBA young boy's homie.
Uh huh.
Yeah, and the All-Star Junior, he's making a dance of the
The Ben 10 dance. I saw that.
He's going.
Oh, all right. So look, we gonna react to this one. I just wanted to make sure that I actually seen if there's been any updates from them on this as well to see if they still have that same feeling or same sentiment or if there's been a change of heart. So, hey man, y'all go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the content. Go ahead and check on to the next video to see what their responses are because we gonna definitely check into this. Peace and love.